Well, I appreciate this forum. I appreciate the opportunity to speak to the audience and to the radio listeners. I'm Ed Smith. I'm running for state representative. I believe I have the 3 essential qualities to be an effective leader in Lansing. That's educational background, business experience, and elected political experience. This is not the time to get on-the-job training in Lansing. It's too important at the State House of Representatives or even the State Senate. I do have the leadership and all the experience, and I really appreciate your opportunities. I appreciate your vote for Ed Smith for state representative. I'm on Facebook under the same name, Ed Smith, and I have a link on there, Ed Smith for state representative. Thank you very much.
Next, we'll hear from Mr. Kirk Dale.
First off, I appreciate everybody for being attentive and listening to all the candidates tonight. I think you heard a lot of great ideas, but I think I had the best ones. My combination of executive experience and public service makes me an ideal leader to face these tough economic times. I'm pro-life and pro-Second Amendment. My local government experience will help me to quickly adjust to the role of government at the state level. I've been endorsed by Dr. Roger Dean, Sanilac County Mental Health Director, also by Reverend John Allen, who I've known for over 30 years, Reverend Dan Bowman, who's current minister of my church, along with church leader Chris Titus. I'm a man of integrity, and I won't make promises or just say what a voter wants to hear. I'm a man of action. I'm a township official. I have been for over 21 years. That's the type of government I want to take to Lansing. Very, very conservative. My time that I've traveled through this 83rd district, I went to some small townships that had just unbelievable amount of money that they've been holding back, living conservatively. I certainly was proud of them. And that's about all I have to say tonight, and I thank you, and God bless America and this great state of Michigan. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Mr. Alan Lewandowski.
Again, I'd just like to thank everybody for coming out tonight and the Farm Bureau for putting this on. You know, I think with my qualifications on the Port Huron City Council and the education that I've gotten over the last couple of years, that I will make a great representative for you. Unlike most Democrats, it's that I am pro-Second Amendment. I own pistols and firearms. I'm an avid hunter, and I love fishing even more. You know, I came from a Republican family. My grandmother, I still laugh to this day, she wrote on my 18th birthday, she wrote, "Always vote Republican" on my birthday card. And she's probably rolling over in her grave for that right now. But you know, it's not about being Republican or Democrat, though. It's about being the best person for the job, and somebody who's going to go there and use common sense and make common sense decisions, because a lot of these decisions people go there for, they're not hard, I guess, all the time. A lot of times there should be fairly easy answers to and solutions to the problems that we're going to face in Michigan. And I think I'm the right person to make that choice, and I appreciate everybody coming out tonight, and thanks for your time, and hopefully you'll vote for me in November, because I don't have a primary opponent right now.
Next, we'll hear from Mr. Al Broughton.
I would like to thank the many citizens that I've had the opportunity to speak with during these past weeks for taking time to consider my candidacy. I haven't spent the most money in this campaign, and I haven't used the so-called modern campaign tools like the automated phone calls, robocalls, and the slick mass mailings. Instead, I focused on the basics of talking to people directly and listening to their concerns. And what I'm hearing is a great deal of frustration with the inability of leaders in Lansing to get beyond selfish partisan bickering and solve basic problems that we face. Lansing must also get back to the basic of balancing budgets in a timely fashion, creating a tax structure that encourages job growth and looking beyond selfish partisan interest. I am committed to listening to all sides on the issue. I'm committed to rolling up my sleeves to tackle the serious problems of our state faces. I don't claim to have all the answers, and I know that many decisions will be difficult, but with your support, I'm ready to give it my best shot. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Mr. Justin Faber.
Some of you have heard about my background. I grew up in a Democratic house, unlike Mr. Lewandowski. I was the direct opposite, and I was partially raised by my great uncle who chewed tobacco and worked in a factory. And I truly, he was my inspiration, and that's what I wanted to do in my life, was chew tobacco and work in a factory. And I did try chewing tobacco, unfortunately, several times, and it did not do me any justice. No offense to anybody that chews. And I did work in a factory for 3 years, and I found out that was not my calling. I didn't fall into public service by any means. It's been a passion of mine. And it seems like over the last 3 weeks, people have asked me the question of why I'm not married more and more so. And when I really thought about the question, it is because I have devoted my entire life to public service, whether it was with the veterans, serving in the Brownfield Board, being an EMT, all those things. Traditionally, I get up early at 6 o'clock, and a lot of times, like last night, I got home about 1:30. When after World War II, they asked the Germans, why did you lose the war? And they said, the Americans are used to their life being full of chaos. And I look at politics a little bit of the same way. It's a very chaotic lifestyle. And with that said, my life has always been a little bit of chaotic. I'm used to going through hurdles, and sometimes my famous saying is I've always took a step back to go forward. And I think that's what we need to do in the state. If it takes going backwards a little bit to go forward at a fast pace, that's what we need to do. We need to quit just talking. The words partisan politics needs to stop being just something we say on the campaign trail. A lot of time problems are attributed between left and right, and I believe that it's between right and wrong, and more so morally. I am a Christian, I'm a Catholic, and those are all things that I carry with me. Matter of fact, I brung out at one thing, some people say, how are you going to get through this, and how do you talk? And I always carry my rosary with me, which I believe is a little bit of a good luck charm, and the other thing that I have is probably in my other pocket, and that is those of you that are in the military, it is the coin that was issued to me by the Military Police Regimental Command Sergeant Major, and that was for saving somebody's life, and that's what I believe in. Thank you.
Next, we'll hear from Mr. Eric Tubbs.
Well, again, I'd like to thank everyone for coming tonight. You know, I've been to probably over 4,000 doors in the last 4 months. This is a lot of work. And one of the things that strikes me is when you go to someone's house, sometimes they just kind of go, yeah, all right, well, thanks. Now, once in a while you'll get people that will talk to you, but I think to myself, you realize when these people come to your door that they could be your next representative. And you need to take an interest in what their views are and what kind of decisions they're going to make if they do make it into office. So the fact that everyone came out here and everyone that's listening on the radio is actually listening to this is a good thing. It's the way we need to be active in our community. I do want to say something also about the agricultural community. It didn't come up, but one of the things that I am a firm believer in is personal property rights. And I think one of the biggest threats we have to agriculture in this state is the invasion of our personal property rights. We're going to see more and more regulation on our farmers, and we need someone that will stand up and fight that and prevent them from taking our water away and using our land the way we want to use it. Also, I'd like to say that I have a vested interest in this community. I love it here. I moved back here for a reason. I own a business here. I have 3 teenage children. I'm very concerned about what these kids are going to do if we don't get the business climate turned around in this state. Where are they going to work? I know I have friends that have children that have moved out of state, and the reason I did this, I never wanted to have to look in my grandchildren's eyes someday and say I should have done more. And I think it's important that we're all active in this process. We need to turn our government around, and I hope to be able to help do that. Thank you.